Good morning. Buenos dias. This morning, this video is really important to me. I'm going to speak about the human spirit, and I'm going to speak of the lack of human spirit that I see in the world because I believe it's the lack that we see in ourselves. You know, all the struggle that I went through in my life with like this addiction shit in prison and like all these other fucked up circumstances, you know what? They were great, to be honest with you. People say to me all the time, I can't believe you talk about your story the way you story. They love it. You know, they say it's so honest and it's so authentic. But you know what? The best thing that ever happened to me was struggle. Because it was through struggle that I was able to see and recognize just how strong I truly was. I mean, my struggle is different than other people's. I'm not speaking to your story. My story is my story. I can only speak to my experience. But if I'm to look at my experience, you know, the 20-something years of hell bullshit that I went through, I'm grateful for every minute of it. That's a difficult thing for me to say. I'm processing that as it's coming out of my mouth, to be honest with you. I've said it a few times, but every time I say it, it's kind of like, wow. But it's the truth, you know, and I think it's because I'm able to process it. I mean, really, that's the main thing. I'm able to process my struggle. In order to appreciate the light, you must understand the dark. You know, with everything in the world, we have balance, right? We have harmony in everything we do. And if we don't struggle in this world, we don't know what kind of experiences we're missing out on. You know, and struggle sometimes can be a good thing and sometimes can be a bad thing, for sure. I can appreciate the positives and the negatives and positives. I live in that kind of world. But I just really want to share that because for me, it woke my spirit up inside of me, and it reminded me what it means to be a human being. I live in North America. I live in Vancouver, Canada. I can really only speak to my experiences in this part of the world, because like other third world countries and stuff, they have so much freaking spirit, but they have so much less than us. But I don't understand it yet. I'm gonna travel the world in a couple years. I go to Bangladesh in December to experience the world. That's how I'm going to change it. The only way to change something is to experience it, right? And what allows me to do that is, you know, I just do whatever I want to do. Nothing holds me back these days, you know? And I mean that. It's because I know what's inside of me. I know how strong we are. I know why they feed us shitty foods. I know why they put poison in that television. I know why they always sell fear and they never sell positivity. And I know why they're trying to get you to buy shit to fix something on the outside, on the inside. Something on the outside will fix the inside. It's bullshit. The spirit, the human spirit inside is the most powerful thing, and they're afraid of you finding it. And that's why this is super important to me to do this today, because I only speak to my own experience, but you know what? I woke mine the fuck up. And I know what it feels like, and I know what we can do, and I know why they try and keep us. By they, I mean these corporations that are trying to sell us shit all the time, the governments that oppress certain people. They try to break the human spirit, keep you scared, keep you negative, because they don't want you to look within. I mean, we must question that, right? You live in the same world I do. If you're up in North America, we live in this first world country. It's like, we must question this system that supposedly has our best interests at hand. It's so fucking broken. I mean, there's so many people that have done all of the right things, yet they're sad and lonely. Why do you think that is? Because you're trying to fill something on the inside from the out. You can't do that. And you know, this is another reason why I say my story. I'm so grateful for it. It was in a prison cell when I woke up with fucking nothing. I lost all of my shit like too many times. But I mean, I needed to keep losing it in order to understand what it was that I was losing. It was just stuff. You know, I can appreciate a life worked for things, really, I can. But I can't appreciate the debt, the anxiety, the stress, and the fear, and the detriments that rob the human being of the spirit, of living their own purposeful life on their terms. No, I can't appreciate that shit. And if I had to walk 20 years of addiction to figure that out, wake up in a prison cell to really understand that, fuck, I'm really grateful for it. And I mean that. You know, don't ever forget, like, we're human beings, man. Like, we're special. We put things in space. It's just not like, you know, 1% of people that do that. No, 1% of people do that because the rest of us are too distracted to understand what we can do. And I'm going to keep talking like this because I want to wake this up inside of you. I want you to understand how special and how important you are. You know what? 20-year heroin addict. I fucking was in jail. You know where I'm going with my life? As far as I can. The only boundaries that you set in your life are the ones you set. Everyone told me I would be shit because they thought that. But you know what? I know what I'm going to do with my life because I make the decision to do it. I make the moves to do it. And what propels me to do that? I fucking believe in myself. And I really do. I mean that. I believe in myself. You know, I always have people that have my back for sure. I can never turn away from that. But at the end of the day, if I didn't believe in myself, then what is it for? You know? You have to believe in yourself. You have to understand the power that is within you. And don't ever let anyone cast that shade on you. They're going to try. You know, that's another thing I really want to talk about is like, if people try and cast shade on your light, man, it's going to happen. You have to appreciate journeys on this life, right? But the only thing I want to do is wake you up to that vibration inside of you, wake you up to that frequency that's trying to vibe out. You know, people use this term vibe out, I'm vibe out. Fuck you mean? Do that for real, you know? Raise your vibrations. Choose to be positive instead of negative. Choose to be happy. You know what I mean? But in an authentic way. If you're sad, be authentic through it. You know, everything is relative. Emotions are all relative. You know, this is part of being a human being. We're emotional beings. You know, we're the only beings here that have this level of emotion. We're very, very important in the cosmos. Royalty, in a sense. Each and every one of you. King or queen of your own kingdom. It's inside of you. You want to reign over that? Or you want to hide in the corner? You don't have to hide, man. You don't have to be afraid. And I mean that. That spirit they're trying to break, man, break free. It's always going to be inside of you. Nobody can own it. You know, they try. They try to own it. They try to tell you to sell it, buy shit for this kind of thing to distract you from it. But it's inside of you. Whatever you want to let go, maybe I had to go through all this struggle in order to unchain mine. But if you're not going through those struggles and it's just something that you're dealing with without being honest, authentic, and loving yourself, because those three things are the things that set you free in this life. You don't have to buy nothing from nobody. Don't ever let anyone tell you that. Anybody who's ever trying to sell you things, and any admins that are going through this video that made it this far, and you know, I know this looks like self-promotion, and I can appreciate the understanding of that for certain rules and certain dynamics of groups, but this ain't that shit. I don't care. I don't care about popularity. I really don't. It's not about that for me. If we are all in this together, a collective consciousness to raise vibrations and raise awareness, then help me get this shit out. Because all they speak to is truths. You know, the messages come through and I just put them out. I don't know why, like, this is just my purpose, you know? And I believe we all have a purpose, and it was within me to share this. And honestly, I really value people over money, and I want everyone to come back to the light and just see what is inside of them. Everything you're looking for is inside. You just got to quiet the mind and remove the distractions. It's been a long process of learned behavior and programming, and this is why. And you must question why. You must question. If you're not questioning things, it's to that that I'm more concerned about. If you don't question and you're truly okay with hiding, then that's where my concern lies. But I would also assume that at 8 minutes and 52 seconds you didn't make it this far. I can appreciate that too, but I won't stop because I just keep planting seeds. You know what I mean? Appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support. Help me get this out if you can. It's cool. You know, I appreciate it. I just share what's in my heart, and that's all I know how to do.